several times recently, but they seemingly made it official after the Oscar.
So if you think that I'm about to just be having a threesome with a girl, if you think that one, she ain't gonna be on our level, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do it with somebody that got just as much to lose. I'm not just doing it with anybody. It's, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not. People be surprised how the woman initiates a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not poly, but like, even just when everybody heard that, like, me and my husband had threesomes before, it was like, oh, she's willing to do that to keep a man. I'm like, look, that was all me.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Have you mentioned if Mwasa is playing out with Teyana? Listen, many have been speculating that Aaron Pierre, Mr. Mwasa, is playing this entire relationship thing, and it may be a publicity gimmick. Teyana is scared, so I guess so. Dying her for a moment now, but women have been, and let's not forget that she and a man were out here sharing women, and one of those girls managed to get pregnant. Is Teyana out here using Mwasa for influence, and what's actually happening with her romantic life? Let's talk about it first. When images of Teyana and Aaron appeared online, everyone was excited because they undoubtedly looked good together. However, the controversy surrounding Aaron's purported long-term girlfriend, Jessica Hardwick, suddenly erupted, and you know that she has been out there giving clues and letting people know that she is still in the picture. In addition to everything else, people have been snooping around this entire thing since Aaron Pierre has been gaining popularity and has some big parts coming up. He's paired with Teyana, which is fantastic for his image, so people are now questioning whether this relationship is just for the duration. Cameras listen, we've seen this playbook before, so that's not really shocking, but hold on, there's more. As soon as these rumors surfaced, some people began voicing their own opinions about Teyana's personal preferences. As you are aware, she has been open about her fluidity, and now people are questioning whether this whole thing is real. Aaron's situation is merely a show from her perspective as well. Could it all be a PR ploy on both sides? To get a sense of what I mean, let's go back to 2018, when Teyana Taylor was out there snubbing critics because you all stayed in her business regarding the way she and Iman Shumber got. Here in the bedroom, it all began when Teyana released her album KSE. The song Three-Way featured the ladies holding their pearls, and let's just say that some fans weren't into that. On Twitter, one fan even posted about Teyana Taylor and Iman from a few weeks ago. Where the relationship is headed at the moment, when I told you that Teyana did not accept that, she clapped back extra quickly, and I could feel the heat through my phone. I just think their interview was inconsiderate and shows a lack of self-respect. Let this be a lesson. What you and your spouse do should be left in the room. Let it serve as a lesson. Patagonia, you should go enjoy your whack-ass life and keep out of mine, because I'm not losing any sleep at night over your view. I emphasize that I love sometimes bashing ladies down with my spouse, but it doesn't mean I don't value myself. Let's truly break this down, everyone. However, what really struck me was when she said that she enjoys it, not just once or twice, but occasionally, not something we tried in one instance. That's sort of like a sporadic lifestyle change. Okay, but it gets even wilder because Teyana essentially admitted in an interview that after they were done with these women, they threw them out, and not in a nice way. Keep it real, sis. She said she wasn't just doing this with anyone, but once they were done, it was the end of the story. There was no going back to the same person, no second rounds, nothing like that. She explained to you all that it's just a one-time deal. For example, if they're on vacation in Brazil and Shorty doesn't even speak English, they're breaking it down, and then she leaves without King, Netflix, or any time to hang out. Receive a glass of water on your way out, and you'll be fortunate to receive even a goodbye breakfast. However, let's be clear that this isn't a once-in-a-blue-moon circumstance. Talk about the door striking you where the good Lord split you. This is something Teyana has been doing on vacations and anniversaries, and for some reason, she essentially made it a custom, yet it seems that sis adores the gels.
Just doing it with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Random.
Or
Also,
I'm not, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna revisit that with the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like if we in Brazil and Shorty don't speak English, like, yeah, we're gonna bust that down and you're never gonna see her again.
Right.
And she barely could even pronounce your name. You know what I'm saying? We're never gonna see her again. And that's why I also say in the song, soon as we done, she leaving right out the door. We ain't kikiing, we ain't watching Hit the Floor, we ain't watching Teyana and Iman show, we ain't kikiing, we ain't eating breakfast together, ain't none of that. We ain't even
Job done.
Listen, don't judge, but this has folks wondering because you have to question whether Teyana is as at ease and transparent about sharing her boyfriend with other women. Let's be honest, even if Muassa just had eyes for hobbies, would Pierre, who is Muassa, be interested in the same kind of thing?
There's no place to run. We have your scent.
My scent? I've been stalking you two all.
However, given Aaron's efforts to break into Hollywood, I'm only speculating that he may not want to become involved in this sort of issue since, let's face it, Teyana has always been forthright and regretful about her Smacks life, and this is just one more thing for people to speculate because it will undoubtedly raise some eyebrows when you're out here discussing sharing women with your guy. But let's not forget after that, Teyana was not interested in the controversy and came out denying everything when rumors began to circulate that she and Amen had gotten adult film actress Albie Roos pregnant. However, let's keep it real, we all know how it ended. My profile has been deleted because I'm angry with Def Jam for not releasing my darn WTP video on time as usual 3 times. The schedule was too disorganized in the arithmetic, you guys. She tweeted, "I've never seen Touch That Girl in my life." That lies are entertained so much more than the truth. A man is not stupid. He knew I'd finish him in a narrative, y'all, with that little happy face at the end. That's when you know that somebody's huge and furious, so let's break it down, she says. She has never even seen or touched Albertus, but the allegations are so strong that people didn't believe them. It's handy that her page was deleted because of her label, but pay attention to the bit about Amen not being stupid because he knows she would kill him, you know. That sounds like a warning wrapped in a jest because, as you may recall, Teyana and Amen did ultimately part ways, and the divorce was messy, like on reality TV. And Teyana came out discussing how the gun reportedly failed to support her and was emotionally abusing her. And let's face it, many people didn't believe it either. But rumors circulate that Ayman left her because she was into. It's very clear, however, that she was more interested in girls than in him. For example, you may recall the claim that a man and Kyrie Irving had tried to have a threesome with the woman in their hotel room and the girl refused, sis. Teyana was furious not only about the circumstances, but also because she wasn't there for the whole event. For example, if you're upset because you didn't get the invitation, that makes sense, but don't forget that Teyana even made a suggestion in it. Jenna said in an interview that she generally starts the 3 Sims. She claims it's her idea and vibe. Whether your mom was going out and doing it without her and then becoming hot, you have to wonder whether she is upset either because she wasn't participating or because he cheated on her.
Well, like, put some respect on a woman's swag. I feel like it's always like they're trying to take that away from the woman to feel like, oh, you doing it because that's what he wants. And it's like, nah,
That's
actually,
not what it is.
I run this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Iman isn't the first guy to leave her, and based on his past behavior, he may not be the one to do so. However, when you put the pieces together, everything becomes quite evident. Prior to Ayman, from 2011 until 2014, Teyana was in a relationship with NBA star Brandon Jennings. And when I say that their split was bad, I mean terrible. Teyana's old buddy, Tay Heckard, and his sister subsequently moved on with Brandon. Said that the whole event caught her off guard. And as one of those people, I believe that we were above this and that our times were like those of friends.
We saw you with Brandon at the Medea premiere, so.
no, he was a good friend. I was single on that carpet too. No, I'm saying we're really good friends.
Ease into this, Charlamagne. This is a very sensitive topic.
Okay.
No, but it's tough love because I'm his little sister.
Let's get right into it. Jenny, Brandon Jennings, abduct you.
No, I didn't say it like that. I said allegedly he dumped you for Tay Heckard.
And then there was Soulja Boy, with whom she was in 2009. That one is a throwback to the past, but back then, many said that Teyana and Soulja. Since we know Soulja Boy, we honestly trust Teyana when she downplays the entire scenario, even if they were often seen together. Be making the greatest effort, including a brother who goes underground, so we've heard.
Do you think there's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no.
However, Drake also made the list. Sure, there are always rumors about Drake involving these villains in Hollywood, and sure, many were claiming that he and Teyana. Though it was never verified, Dre has a penchant for attractive, talented women. I'm not just saying that since Sisser and Rihanna are together, so this one is certainly not. Far-fetched, not to mention A$AP Bro, since they have worked together and have tremendous chemistry, which is why many have begun to speculate. However, there has been no concrete proof, just a lot of whispers and vibes and no genuine evidence.
Right there, see it. Speak to us. I used to go to 2 weeks. When I was like 16.
Then there was Daniel Boobie, whose name also surfaced. Reports said that he and Colin Kaepernick were temporarily linked, but there was never any concrete evidence. Following his breakup with Kesha Cole, Gibson spent a lot of time with Daniel and Teyana, and many began to piece it together, but nothing was proven.
I know that we've been going through the paperwork for the divorce. Just want to make sure that we handle it sooner than later.
We have French Montana as well. Yes, Teyana was seen hanging out with a Frenchman named Montana. As the industry says, if you're seeing each other, you're automatically shipped and dating. However, Sis never confirmed or denied this. Instead, she just stayed in this rumor category. At one point, fans even conjectured that Teyana and Travis Scott were dating. Had a brief incident involving them both, but once more there were no receipts. Tiger then made the list. Prior to Tiger making headlines with Kylie Jenner, Tiger was frequently spotted with Teyana. So naturally, people began to speculate, but there was never any proof, so this one remains in the maybe pile. However, Deshaun Jackson will be next. The NFL player and Teyana. We don't know if they were dating or not since they were seen together on occasions and never discussed it. But how could we forget Omar? My heart used to be in Mr. Icebox. Teyana and Amaran were also extremely close, and even though nothing has been proven, people generally believe there is more when they witness a connection of that kind. Finally, however, you received Chris Brown. This one's interesting because although Teyana and Chris have been best friends for years, there was a romantic vibe at one point when they were constantly hanging out and dancing together. However, Teyana maintains that Chris was like a brother to her. So what do all these guys supposedly have in common? Got deep and were out on the streets, they all saw the same thing. Teyana was more interested in women than in men. However, when I think about it, she was attracted to more than 10 men and none of them stayed. Well, it makes sense, and based on what we've seen and heard from Teyana herself, I think we may all know the answer. But what about Mr. Ampai? He's Nuasa, so it doesn't look good for him because, like everyone else, most people are just waiting for his relationship to end. In fact, the entire situation is beginning to resemble a publicity stunt. Keep it real, Teyana seems to be the one riding the Mufasa hype train. On's the star on the rise, and Sis knows how to pick her moments when it's convenient for her. With everything we've observed in the previous life, although I wouldn't be shocked if his relationship ended abruptly, let's talk about Teyana's career moves because her music hasn't been as successful as it once was and her acting gigs have slowed down. However, now that she's reportedly moved on from the girls, perhaps there is a chance for a genuine comeback. Let's face it, with Mr. Mufasa, she's been setting up some significant projects, so maybe this is her chance to gain the spotlight she's been after. But first, let's speak about that Hulu drama, which boasts an all-star ensemble. Paulson, Sarah, Naomi, Watts, Kim Kardashian, Goost, and Es are interacting with some of these well-known people, and if she plays her cards well, this might be her chance to make her breakthrough. But she's not stopping there because Teyana is also working on RP and Straw for Netflix. We don't yet know all the specifics, but being tired of Netflix is a huge plus and indicates that these projects will receive a lot of attention. If that wasn't enough, she also got a deal with Paramount Pictures. Considering that's a big studio bag and Paramount doesn't play when it comes to promoting their movies, and let's not forget about the untitled Paul Thomas Anderson event film. If you know anything about movies, you know that he's a serious actor. Collaborating with him could potentially boost her career. The pressure is on, and with everything going on with her love life, it makes sense that she has a few PR relationships going on because her sister is booked and busy, and we love to see that. However, the real question is whether these projects will help her return to the top or if they will just be another set of roles that come and go quietly. Only time will tell. Messi, you know we'll be watching every move, but I got you guys to stay here. Do you think Teyana and An's relationship is real, or is it just a publicity gimmick riding Mufasa's wave? Do you believe the rumors that Teyana may prefer women to men, and with all these projects she's working on, do you think she's finally put the drama behind them? Put your career first and support her. Let's start a conversation. I would appreciate it if you could share your thoughts and comments below, as I may use them in the next video. While you're at it, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to check out the next video on your end screen. Most importantly, you know that I have the celebrity scoops coming your way, so go tell your brother to go. And let your mom know.